Hello guys, welcome back to another edition of Mompreneur Diaries. Today we are continuing with our series of all things and everything house helps, and we are getting to the orientation process. Orientation is the process whereby a new employee gets familiarized to their new work environment. They get introduced to their role, their work, and their work environment, and also they're told what is expected of them. It really helps them to get functional and efficient in their new job places. So it's very important to orient your house help as soon as you employ them. This will make their work easier, and it will also enable you to do other things as they just work very well at home. So what you do before orientation is to introduce your new employee to your family. Just in case when you'll be orienting her, then someone needs her help, they won't be calling her where or nanny. They'll know her name and she'll know people's names. So it's very easy that when you're orienting her and you, for example, you tell her this is maybe you have a baby called Michael, this is Michael's cap, she'll really understand who Michael is and where Michael's cap is kept. So make sure that the first thing you do is introduce your house help to each and every member of your family, even those who are absent, so that when they just come in, you'll not have to do, it will not be a continuous orientation process. It's a one-way process that is done once and for all. Number two is you rest. Make sure that the both of you are well rested, like your house help and you. You can schedule in a way that she can come maybe and get to your house in the evening so that she can relax all through the night. Then you begin your orientation the next day in the morning. This will allow both you and her to relax and rest so that you're ready for the orientation. The orientation is usually a very tiresome process and it needs a lot of rest. Point number three, schedule for the orientation. You need to have specific time. Like you can say we'll have a whole day of orientation, or we'll have a whole week of orientation. So this will help both you and your house help to plan your responsibilities and to plan for your days, so that you just don't do random orientation. You may end up a whole year still orienting your nanny if you don't schedule and plan for your orientation. If you also don't have time and you want someone else to come in and do orientation for your nanny, you have to plan for dates, you have to plan for specific timings for the orientation. This will allow you also to make a budget and work with a trainer. Number four is create a conducive environment for training. What do I mean a conducive environment? This is whereby both of you would have fed well, because like I've mentioned before, orientation is very tiresome and it needs a full stomach. So just make sure that she gets enough food and you also get enough food that will push you through the day. And also make sure that you're not very strict. You'll allow her also to communicate as you orient, because you'll get to know a lot of things even during the orientation process. You get to see her attitude towards things, and you'll also get to know what she likes or what she does not like, because as you orient, you'll also be digging deeper into more information about her. Five is always have ready what you'll need for the orientation process. Let's say you'll need cleaning clothes and you do not have any. Just the day before you do your orientation, just go to the supermarket and buy everything you might need for your orientation process. If it's written down information, make sure that the day before the orientation you have everything properly written down and put in the right place, so that during the orientation you spend less time instead of writing things as you orient. That would be very difficult. Point number six is show her around your house. This is one of the reasons why people get oriented. For instance, if you get into a new job, you'll be shown around the company environment, so that let's say when you need to print some pieces of paper, you do not have to ask people around. You can just get your way. So make sure you do this to your house help. Show her all the rooms around your house and what they are used for, and what you expect from her. Point number seven is manage her expectations. Let her know what the orientation process is all about, how much time it will take, and what is expected of her during the orientation. This will allow her to also plan herself and get to know what is expected of her at the end. Number eight is ensure that you mention your house rules during orientation. Do not be doing it in the process of work. Make sure you do this before, in the very early stages of employment, which is during orientation. Let her know what you like and what you dislike, so that she will not be found in those mistakes, in those petty mistakes, and you go correcting all along the way. It is better that you mention everything beforehand, so that she'll be fully aware of what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. 9 is you have all your written routines in place before you start orienting. This will make your work easier, because instead of mentioning that, for example, at 7 a.m. you make breakfast, at 8 a.m. you take the children to the school bus, it will be very easy if it's written. You just tell her that on a daily basis, this is what you're supposed to do. It's written here, it's stuck here, or it's in this binder. And then on a weekly basis, this is what you're supposed to do. So just have all those documentations ready before you start orientation. Be as practical as possible. Do not say things that you personally cannot do, because during orientation you do everything with your house help. So be as practical as possible. Do not tell her that I'll be expecting you to wash the duvets on a daily basis, or on after every 2 days, and you personally know that according to your household it's very difficult, it's not possible. So just do things during orientation that are very practical and are workable. And also the orientation process for house helps is very different. It's not like what you do in the offices, because for them it's very practical. Let's say on doing your laundry, you really have to show her how to separate the laundry in the style that you like, because every single household is different. In as much as this person could be having 10 years or 15 years experience, your household is very different from all the other 15 households she's worked on. So make sure that you do all the orientation in a very practical manner. Let's say if it's washing utensils, you do it with her. If it's organizing, you organize with her, so that will make your work easier, instead of just mentioning that ukiosha vyombo unaziweka huko. You'll be very disappointed with that kind of orientation. So I hope these 10 tips help you to orient your house help. I know we're in the hiring process, and please make sure that you orient your house help if you really want to have an easy work, because you know sometimes we really let go of good house helps because we do not have time to train and orient them. And that is where Mompreneur Kenya comes in. We come to your house after you get your nanny, you source by yourself. We no longer do placements, so you source a nanny by yourself, then you call us in, we come and train and orient for you. Our orientation process takes a minimum of 2 days and a maximum of 1 to 2 weeks. So if you need any help in terms of that, just go to our Facebook page. It's called Mompreneur Kenya. You'll get our contacts, contact us, and we'll come and train your nannies very gladly. I hope you enjoy this video, and check out for more of all things and everything house helps, because it's a long series and we're going to do basically everything concerning house helps. If you also have questions about house helps, please, you can also check on our page and leave your message there, or just WhatsApp on the contacts that are provided there, and we will surely get back to you. Ciao, see you in my next video.